Could it be a new multi-tool that might end up as many people's favorites? Could it do what I've wanted a multi-tool to do ever since I got my first one? I think it's just as good, if not better, than some of the options that I've been using, and I think you're going to agree. It comes with a very high quality nylon sheath. That's always a good thing. It has multiple belt carry options. You can carry it vertically on your belt, or you can even carry it horizontally on your belt with the two loops here. Velcro closure up top, and it's got enough room in it for the tool itself and the bits. So let's take a closer look at the center drive and why this particular multi-tool has me so interested. I think the first thing that you're all going to see right off the bat in pictures or in reviews like this one is the large driver here. It not only is a large beefy driver that sticks out from the tool quite far, unlike some other multi-tools that come out about this far, it's also in the center of the tool, hence the name center drive. I've been wanting that on a multi-tool for a very long time now and didn't understand why other people didn't do the same thing. Some of the other multi-tools, if you're using a screwdriver, it's always not even and it's very wonky to use. You find yourself sort of balancing the center of the tool when you're trying to use it, or you have to open up one side of the tool and use it that way. I really like that it's not only on the outside of the tool with very easy access, but it's also right in the center. The other benefit to the center drive's driver is that it takes standard 1/4 inch bits. It's magnetic, and again, it sticks out far enough to get into those hard to reach places. You can even use a bit driver adapter, use your sockets on it. It's very high quality, very sturdy, feels great when you're using it because it's in the center of the tool. The fun doesn't stop there. This multi-tool has a lot more to offer. It has one-handed opening of the pliers, which I really like. You simply just use the side button here. You just push them up and they click into place. Pliers are spring-loaded. You have needle nose on the top, standard pliers in the middle, and then you have a wire cutter here. Now the wire cutter is replaceable on both sides. You have carbide bits there, and they've made them in a triangular shape, so you can actually rotate those when they get dull. So I find that that's a pretty cool feature as well. Once you have the pliers deployed, you get access to the rest of the tool. There is only two tools on the outside, which is the center drive bit driver, and then also your knife, which is also one hand opening. You can see you get a large flat blade knife there. It is 420HC, so same steel that you'll find in other higher quality multi-tools. I do like that it has a large blade. I like that it opens from the outside, so that's definitely another plus from me. Very easy to open. You can do it right-handed. You can even do it left-handed. You just flick it out with your finger and then use your thumb. You got a fairly big thumb hole there. Same with the spring-loaded pliers. They work just as easy with the right hand as they do with the left hand, so that's awesome in my opinion, being left-handed. Once you deploy the spring-loaded pliers, you have access to the other tools. On one side, you have a little holder here which holds an additional bit. They just have a flat blade in here or a flat screwdriver. You could swap that out with the Phillips bit that is already on the outside. You do have a measuring device here, just marks in the tool itself for measuring. On the other side here, you have a few other very useful tools. In my opinion, you have a file, which is something that I do often use. You have an awl, which is very handy. And then you have another very unique tool on the center drive. You have a cat's claw. They call it a cat's paw. I call it a cat's claw. It's basically a pry bar, which also allows you to pull out nails. I feel like that's very handy to have. I often want to pry with my multi-tool. You just find yourself in those situations where you need something to pry with, and the center drive has it in there. The cat's claw or the cat's paw also has a bottle opener on it, so that's nice. I do find myself looking for that sometimes when I'm out and about. Then finally, on this side here, you have a serrated blade. It would have been nice to have a wood saw in here instead of the serrated blade. I'm sure you could cut some wood with the serrated blade, but this would be an even better tool if they replaced that with a saw instead of the serrated blade. The tools do lock, so if you wanted the file, for example, we can fold that one all the way out and it's going to lock. To release the lock, you have this thumb switch here. You can't release the tool until you press down on the thumb switch here, and that allows you to lock the tool. So you could deploy the tool that you need, and then you could stick the pliers back up in the tool, and that allows you to give it that closed tool operation, not having to use it while it's open. So that's very nice as well. They've definitely done a great job balancing out the tools that you would want on the outside and the tools that you would also use on the inside. Again, the only thing missing from this multi-tool, in my opinion, is the saw. Otherwise, it's all there, and the saw is really not that big a deal to me. I mean, honestly, I don't use the saw that much. There is a spot for a lanyard here. You could throw a paracord loop in there. Again, another thing that I like is that the lanyard is on the opposite side of the pliers, so when you're using it, it's not going to hang off the side and get in your way. A popular multi-tool from Leatherman is the OHT, or one-handed tool. You get the same thing with the Gerber, the one-handed opening of the pliers, so that's nice. You do have a few more tools on the outside of the OHT, however, they aren't full-size tools. For example, we can pull out the blade on the one-handed tool and compare that to the blade on the center drive, and you can see you get a much longer blade there on the center drive than with the OHT. When compared to the Leatherman Super Tool, you can see that the blade is about the same size there. The Super Tool, in my opinion, is probably the closest you'd get to the center drive, other than that one-handed operation of the pliers. On the Super Tool, you do get locking tools as well. However, you do have to open the tool to gain access to things like the knife. There is no tools on the outside, as there is with the Surge and the Wave from Leatherman. However, with the Surge and the Wave, you get that tiny bit adapter. It only takes those flat bits, and it's certainly not in the center of the tool like you have on the center drive. Weight-wise, the center drive is also the lightest out of the tools. I have here 9.5 ounces compared to the Super Tool's 9.6 ounces and 9.9 ounces on the OHT. I'm not sure where the Surge comes in, but I believe that's a heavy tool as well, and most likely heavier than the 9.5 ounces of the center drive. We can compare the Phillips screwdrivers of the center drive versus the Super Tool, and you can see the difference is clear, much longer, giving you more access to those harder to reach places, and it's also in the center of the tool. Means that when you're driving a screw, you don't have the head rotating around in a large circle. It's rotating around right where it should be, keeping it right on the screw, as you would have with a normal size screwdriver. On the Wave and the Surge, you even get a smaller screwdriver adapter. It only sticks out about half as far, making it pretty hard to get into some of those hard to reach places. Again, you need an adapter to be able to use the 1/4 inch bits and sockets, which you don't need with the center drive. Finally, the center drive is made in the USA. It's very, very tough in my opinion. It's well constructed, and again, it's something that really interested me from the moment I saw that centered screwdriver on the center drive. Right when you pull it out of the box, you can see that it's higher quality than some of the other offerings that I've been seeing from them in the past few years. I like that the tools are on the outside, the ones that I use anyway, which would be the knife all the time, the screwdriver, and of course the pliers, which are one-handed operation. They snap right into place. They do lock all the way down on the tip, which is nice, something that you don't find in some of the other multi-tools. A nice carbide wire stripper and wire cutter there, which is nice. And then nice tools on the inside, that cat's claw being a very cool one. Of course, the bottle opener and the file, which are the other two tools that I would use most often on a multi-tool. I think this multi-tool would be an absolute perfect tool to keep in your car. You know, where you're using a screwdriver, for example, you could keep like a 10 mil socket and adapter with it. You could keep a couple different Torx bits, if you know, find out which bits your car takes and what you use the most, and you're going to be all set with this tool as a car kit tool. That's probably where I will put it. No pocket clip, which would have been nice, but let's face it, it's a fairly heavy tool, so it's probably better off down in your pocket. Again, you can put the lanyard on it, but all in all, I am impressed with it. It seems very high quality. I've enjoyed using it. Comes with a very nice sheath. Now, price-wise, you're looking at about $99, which is about $10 more than you'll find for the Super Tool or the OHT. I know the Surge runs about $99 as well, but honestly, I'd have to seriously consider grabbing this before I'd pull the trigger on some of those other multi-tools. I do love my other multi-tools. However, this one has quickly replaced, especially in my car kit, the other multi-tools, simply because you have this great screwdriver, you have a nice knife, and you have a great set of pliers. The center drive is now available. I'm going to put a link below to Amazon. Anything you do purchase through my Amazon link does help support the channel, so that's awesome. It would make an awesome holiday gift for that special someone who is looking for a fantastic multi-tool, so be sure to check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave me a comment below. Please share this video to your friends and family on your social media. I'm also going to put a few recent videos right here that I've done so you guys can check those out. And if you haven't done so already, for more awesome survival and outdoor gear reviews, please click on my head right here and subscribe for more videos.